Experiences shape and mold the personalities of every individual. Bad experiences can cause a slippery slope toward negativity and reinforcement. Growing up, everyone goes through the events that build up to their maturity and help them become more independent. At age 17, I have gone through my share of events, all a part of growing up. One memory in particular will never leave my mind. This was the summer I went to debate camp and was forced to become more independent. A few months prior to camp, I was told it would be in the summer. It would be at the University of North Texas, a 5-hour drive from my home in Houston. I was going to be staying in a dorm with my debate partner, and we were going to go through intense debate training for the rest of the summer, for the upcoming tournament season. I was the least excited about going. I had never been away from my family for more than a few nights, and this camp lasted 2 weeks. I didn't know how I was going to handle it. 3 months passed in an instant. Before I knew it, I only had 2 days left before leaving my comfortable home for 2 weeks. I packed tubs of food, a lot of clothes, and all the hygiene products imaginable, not to mention my biggest comforter and pillow. The morning I left, my mom dropped me off at my high school where my debate coach awaited to take me and 3 other students to the camp. The 5-hour drive really wasn't that bad. We laughed the whole time and cracked so many jokes on our coach. When we finally got to the university, I lugged all my stuff into my room and practically died once I finished. It was extremely hot and humid. The schedule was hectic. We barely arrived and orientation had begun. I had no rest time. I found out that my schedule for the next 2 weeks. Seminar started promptly at 7 a.m. Then it was off to class for about 3 hours. I had a 1-hour lunch and then more class for another 5 hours until dinner. Finally, it would be dinner time, and after the first day, I was extremely close to just breaking down. I was homesick, depressed, and miserable. Every day consisted of the same thing. I moped around, wanting to go back home, hating the drastic change. On the 5th day of camp, I started a conversation with a fellow named Justin. Justin wasn't extremely good-looking or charming. He seemed like the average Joe. However, he was able to do something that no one else could. He was able to get my mind off being so homesick. We instantly became extremely close, threw paper balls at each other in class, and we both would fall asleep behind our laptops during the early seminar. We would always eat the weird chicken at lunch because it had a quirky taste to it too. Eventually, I stopped thinking about missing home. I began to truly enjoy this independence. Towards the end of the camp, there was a camp-wide tournament to test what we had learned, and I chose him to be my debate partner. We were to debate 5 rounds that were used to determine who would break to semifinals and finals. The first debate was a piece of cake. The second was grueling, but we won. The third was easier than the first, and the fourth was just all right. However, the 5th debate was agonizing and ended in defeat. Having a 4-1 record proved to be just enough to get us into semifinals. The debate was by far the hardest we've ever debated. I remember writing down the opponent's case furiously as Justin prepared his rebuttal. The debate was intense and heated. There were countless times where everyone lost their temper, and in the end, the opponent ran an argument that we did not expect. It was a 2-1 decision against our favor. Yes, we lost. I didn't take the loss too seriously, though. It was fun while it lasted. The next day was my last day at camp. I couldn't believe that within 2 weeks, I let go of all my worries and fears of being away from home. Although it started out rough, my camp experiences have been the best experiences of my life. I learned to be independent and to expand beyond what I call the norm. I made a few friends and even made a lifelong friend whom I still keep in touch to this very day. Everyone has experiences that let them grow and evolve. Debate camp, as nerdy as it may sound, was my own learning experience.